Madeline is so sweet. The characters are absolutely adorable, and the animation is so beautiful. This is a 1988 short film directed by Stephan Martinière, and we have Christopher Plummer as the narrator, and Marsha Moreau voices Madeline. And I don't want to say initially too much about what it's about because the kind of turning point in the narrative doesn't happen until about halfway and about 15 minutes into it. It is quite slow in terms of the narrative pacing. However, because the animation is gorgeous and the characters are a delight, I kind of don't mind that. And usually I do. So that is a very good sign. Madeline is a delightful character and she lives at a girls' school in Paris. And it's all about her adventures. But then something happens that's quite dramatic, and it's all about her response and the children's response, and it's also very educational as well. So in a moment with a spoiler warning, I will go into a little bit more detail about that. But to sum up, first of all, the narration is brilliant. It's told in rhyme, and it is an absolute pleasure to listen to. It is such a delight to listen to. And the characters are so sweet and so adorable. I love the way they talk. I love just everything about the characters. I don't have a favourite character. I'm inclined to say Madeline. A lot of the other girls are basically carbon copies of each other, which really helps Madeline to stand out as a character. The animation is so beautiful. We have obviously the school and their bedrooms. We have street scenes and shops, and there's just such great attention to detail, and the actual animation is so soft and so delicate, and I just can't get enough of it. So that's something that I absolutely adore. And then we have the main narrative. So I will now, with a spoiler warning, say what happens about halfway through. So this is, of course, a spoiler. And Madeline wakes up in the middle of the night in pain, and she's rushed to the hospital. There's also some comedy here because they call for the doctor. There is some comedy in this, absolutely. And they call for the doctor, and the doctor rushes over on his bicycle while Madeline is in pain, and we see him kind of falling off of the bike and stumbling as he arrives, and it's just a tiny little bit of humour against obviously what is otherwise a traumatic scene for the other children. And Madeline goes to hospital and gets her appendix out, and the children are trying to work out what an appendix is, and there's a lot of education there about it, and I think it's also going to be really supportive for any child in a similar position. Some children do need to get their appendix out, and seeing Madeline in a similar situation is definitely going to provide them with reassurance that actually it's all going to be okay. So we do have a good story. It is very slow to begin with, but I don't mind that because the characters are a delight, the animation is a delight, the narration is so pleasant to listen to. I can't fault it. Really thoroughly enjoyed it. The 1988 short Madeline is really delightful and absolutely worth watching.